Hello, welcome back to another story. This story is from many years ago, several years ago. I was about 12 because I was in the seventh grade in school. I was in seventh grade. I never really liked school. I was always kind of a bad student. I did not enjoy learning any of the things that I was taught in school. Most of the classes, almost all of the classes, were boring to me. Just boring. Like, who cares? Who cares about this? I remember that the only thing I really liked to do in school was write poems. And we only did that when I was little, when I was very little. But sometimes in English class, we would write poems. For example, roses are red, violets are blue. English is a good language for you. A poem like that. Things that rhymed. Cheese, please, sneeze, achoo, sneeze. Those are words that rhyme. Anyways, so when I was in class, I did not really pay attention. I just didn't really care about what was being taught. Most of the time, I was just drawing pictures on paper, or talking to friends, making jokes, ha 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 ha, whispering to my friends, hey, this is funny. I never did homework, which is the work or the things that you are supposed to do outside of school. I still think that's such a stupid idea. You have 7 hours to teach me things, but you need me to teach myself at home with nobody around? And I'm like 9 or 10 years old? Whatever. So one day I was in a class called Social Studies. This is a class where mainly you learn about history. You learn about history, but really they just make you remember dates. Just kind of random dates. Like, when did this battle take place? June 5th, 1670. Okay, great. Who was in charge of the battle? Who was the most important person? Sir Jonathan Williams II. Just stuff like that. They also taught us where all of the countries are on a map. You had to learn where every country was. That's more useful, and I actually enjoyed that. But one day, the teacher was just talking and talking about something. I don't know. Because I was just looking out the window almost the whole time. Just looking out the window, staring. We say daydreaming, like a dream that you have when you are sleeping. Dreams. We have dreams at night. I was just looking out the window, and all of a sudden, I see a big bird, a huge bird, come flying from the corner of the window. It just came flying down really fast, and it was a big window. I was looking out of a huge window. It was the size of the whole classroom, the size of the whole room. So I see this bird fly from this corner of the window to below the window. And I didn't see the bird for just a moment, just a split second. Then I see the bird fly up with a snake in its claws. The bird had a snake in its claws. And I was so surprised. I was like, what was that? I turned around to the rest of the class, turned around to see if anyone else had seen the bird. And only one other kid was sitting there with his mouth open. And I just said, "Did you see that?" And he says, "Yeah, that was crazy." And we just, in the middle of the class, we just were like, "Whoa, did you see that too? Yeah, you also saw that? Oh my God." And that was it. The teacher was like, "Hey, pay attention." But when I would see this kid for years later, years and years later, I would ask him, "Do you remember when we were in Mrs. Miller's class and we saw a big bird fly down and catch a snake and fly up with the snake? Do you remember that?" And he would always say, yeah, I remember that too." The only other weird thing that I ever saw with my eyes in nature, in the world, was when I was walking down the street in Montana. I was walking with a friend in Montana, and we saw a tree that had one leaf going crazy. Now, it was not a very windy day. There was not much wind, and none of the other leaves were moving. Honestly, there was just one leaf going so crazy, moving like this. And we stopped and looked at this tree. And one of us said, "Do you see that one leaf going crazy? That one leaf that is moving so much?" And the other person, I don't remember who said it first, but the other person said, "Yeah, I see that." And we just watched this leaf for a few seconds, maybe 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, maybe longer. And then my friend said, maybe it's waving at us. Maybe the leaf is waving at us, saying hello and waving like this. And we just kept watching it for a few seconds, and my friend picked up his hand. I swear this happened. He picked up his hand and he waved at the leaf. And the moment he waved at the leaf, it stopped. It stopped moving completely. And I didn't know what to say. We were just standing there like, what just happened? That was so weird. I can't explain what happened, but believe me, that really happened. It was super weird. Just a really weird moment. So I figured I would include that moment in this video. 2 stories of some weird things that I have seen. Tell me, have you ever seen something weird, something strange, like a UFO or something like that? Let me know in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.